Peter Pan and Captain Hook. It was late at night and Wendy sat by the fireplace. "Tell us a story, Wendy," John begged. "A story with pirates," said Michael. Wendy agreed and started to tell a story. The story of Peter Pan. Peter Pan was a very brave boy, and he could fly better than any bird. He could fly very high and very low. He could run with the stars. He could even slide down the rainbow. Tinker Bell was Peter Pan's best friend. She was a tiny, bright fairy, and she could fly just like Peter. She didn't talk, but she and Peter were inseparable and understood each other very well. Peter Pan and Tinker Bell lived in a magical place called Never Never Land. Peter lived in a secret underground cave with his great friends, the Lost Boys. They didn't have a mother or father, but they had Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, and that cozy cave to live in. One day, Peter and Tinker Bell were flying around Never Never Land. As they flew over Skull Rock, they spotted a huge pirate ship. It was Captain Hook's ship. Captain Hook was an evil pirate who hated Peter Pan. Peter Pan loved to defy Captain Hook, so he decided to fly to the ship and tease him. Captain Hook saw Peter, and he quickly grabbed his sword and started to fight him. All the pirates and Tinker Bell watched the battle begin. Captain Hook was ferocious, but Peter Pan could fly and was very, very fast. As Captain Hook swung his sword, Peter Pan ducked the attack. He flew fast and pushed Captain Hook into the water. Near Skull Rock lived Tick-Tock. Tick-Tock was a huge crocodile who got his name because he once swallowed an alarm clock. When Tick-Tock saw Hook in the water, he chased after him while the pirates swam, trying to escape. Peter Pan laughed and laughed at the scene while flying back home. "Wasn't that the funniest thing ever?" he turned to ask Tinker Bell. But Tinker Bell wasn't there. She was still watching Captain Hook trying to escape from the crocodile, and she couldn't stop laughing. Finally, Captain Hook managed to jump onto the ship. Meanwhile, Mr. Smee, Captain Hook's first mate, sneakily approached Tinker Bell and quickly grabbed her. "Light up, Captain," Smee said. "I caught Peter Pan's best friend." Captain Hook was thrilled. He locked Tinker Bell in a bird cage and prepared to ambush Peter Pan. Peter Pan realized something must have happened to Tinker Bell back at the ship, so he flew home to meet the Lost Boys. "I'm sure Captain Hook has Tinker Bell," he said. "We need to go save her." And off they went on their mission. The Lost Boys quietly swam to the ship. Without making any noise, they used a rope to climb onto the ship. Meanwhile, Peter Pan flew to the top of the mast and yelled, "Hey, Hook! You are nothing but a fat old man." "It's Peter Pan," said Captain Hook. "Fire the cannon, Smee." Smee was about to fire the cannon, but there were no cannonballs. The lost boy stole them all. Suddenly, the lost boy started to fight the pirates. What chaos it was! Peter flew down from the mast and pulled Captain Hook's hat down. Hook couldn't see a thing, lost his balance, and fell into the water. Of course, Tick-Tock was waiting for him. Captain Hook had to swim and swim and swim as fast as he could to save himself. He may still be there, swimming away from that crocodile. Peter Pan and the Lost Boys took Tinker Bell from the birdcage and headed back home as fast as they could. They then sat together laughing about the big adventure they had just had. "And what happened after?" Michael asked. "They all went to sleep, and so will you," said Wendy as she put her brothers to bed. "Is Peter Pan for real?" said John. "Can I see him?" "Maybe one day," Wendy replied. Later that night, Wendy saw a bright light on her bedroom window. Then a shadow of a boy passed by the window. Wendy smiled, closed her eyes, and went to sleep. The